Welcome inside our NBA TV studios. What a game. This is why we are here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for sticking with us for the post-game show here at Playoff Central Live. Dallas Mavericks come away with a win. They go up 2-0 in the series over Minnesota, and it was Heartbreak City. If you are a Timberwolves fan, Luka Doncic showed up big. Grant, we talked about the stars having to show up before the game. Luka did just that in the end.
He did, and he didn't necessarily have it going great early. You know, none of the stars, I think, early in the game were really rolling. But for him and his team, but down the stretch, making plays, getting them back into the game. I thought the way they closed the second quarter was strong. The third quarter chipping away and just picking apart that defense at times. And then right there, the previous possession, they switched. Gobert was on him. Luka drove, missed the shot. This time, and we talked about it. We talked about it.
You called it.
I said he's going for the three. He's
going
to go for the three right there.
If they switch, he's going for the three.
And but man, just they say Luka Magic. Well, Luka Magic is real.
Yeah, here's the play here.
Right here, just skates, getting him backpedaling. Gobert could not do anything.
Oh my
Luka
goodness.
Doncic, that's an iconic shot. Big time moment.
And then a lot to say about it afterwards. He did. Greg. There were 12 lead changes in this game. 11 of them were in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Listen, it was an incredible game, lots of drama. But it goes back to something that Grant kind of alluded to. It came down to the ability of Luka and Kyrie to deliver down the stretch. And the flip of that, you can see Karl Anthony Towns not even in the game the last several minutes of that fourth quarter. And Anthony Edwards doubting himself a little bit, and you could see it. And again, folks, everyone wants to anoint and be the first one to anoint something the next thing. Anthony Edwards is a dynamic and incredible basketball talent. I think he has a chance to be all the things that the accolades that have been thrown his way speak to. But the reality is he's not there yet. And it showed itself tonight. The confidence just wasn't where you needed to be. And what happens in those situations, and Grant being a great player can attest to this, like your team knows when their best player's confidence isn't there. Like you sense it, and to their credit, others stepped up. You know, Naz Reid was incredible tonight. Mike Conley had some huge plays for them, so other guys stepped up. But you could just see he had a little bit of uncertainty, a little hesitation, and credit Dallas and their defense for that. Yeah. They've schemed this game up really well. They haven't allowed him to have a lot of airspace to operate. But the flip of that is the poise and the patience and the ability to really take whatever situations out there from Dallas' standpoint offensively and get what you want. And that's what Kyrie and Luka could do consistently against Minnesota. The Minnesota right now just doesn't have it here. You know, a situation here, even that there's no force, there's no athleticism there. There's just hesitancy and waiting to see what might transpire. He's not imposing his will on the play. And that really showed itself. And down the stretch, Luka and Kyrie, they got what they wanted.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. And you can see here, like, he's got an opportunity to go right up there or to attack the rim. But the hesitation, and you see the poor spacing on that weak side. Why? Because they're thinking he's going to take the shot. And so at that moment, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to maybe go crash the offensive glass. But then when he spins back out and pivots, now Naz is trying to go space the floor and that miscommunication. And in those situations, Grant, you've got to have certainty as to what's going to happen. Like, there was no doubt on that last possession when Luka had the ball that he was going to get a shot up. There was no one else thought anything else was going to happen. They said they're going to switch. This is what's going to happen. If they trap, we're going to do X, Y, Z. If they switch, Luka's going to take them.
All right, the head coach for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Chris Finch, is at the podium. Let's listen in.
Chris, just what did you see there in the last couple of minutes down the stretch that
two turnovers again. Ball got stagnant. That's on me in the sense that I should have called the timeout to get Mike back in the game on that second to last possession for us or whatever. So I'll take that one. It's on me. But yeah, just kind of ball got static. Just turn it over. Same story as the other night. 2 turnovers in the guts of the game. Not going to get it done.
What was your thought process in not calling a timeout there?
Yeah, I mean, I just said I should have called it. So, but I thought the ball was in Ant's hands. The differential in the clock wasn't huge, but I initially wanted to call it, but I didn't. So.
And then with Luka with the ball in his hands late there, do you think about doubling at that time and get it out, or how do you see that unfold?
No, the idea was to switch up, press him inside the 3-point line. So.
How do you get Ant back to playing a little bit more of the quick decision basketball that he's been so good with over the last 2 months?
Yeah, he's got to get more in transition, got to get out. I thought he started the game with a great burst, was really going downhill well, and then, kind of just phased out as the game went along. Went in there a few times. I thought he could have done it more, and we need him to do it more. So, yeah, he just has to think some more early. Got to play off the catch a little bit more. I thought be a little more shot ready. I thought he turned down some open looks too.
You went with Nas the final stretch over Carl.
Yeah.
What went into your decision making there? Obviously, Nas was playing well.
Yeah,
Carl
Nas was
struggling.
playing well, real well. And gave us some switchable combinations out there and stuff like that. So,
did you tell Carl that at all, or did you just kind of sit him and just let it ride at that point?
No, I mean, didn't really have time to have that conversation, So,
Chris, both Carl and Anthony have struggled inside the arc. Ant got a lot more 2-point looks in this game than the last game. What's the key for them, effectively getting downhill or being effective inside the arc?
Yeah, I think, with Anthony, we just talked about it. I think he's got to pick up his decision making. I think Kyrie's actually a good example. He's playing quick off the catch. He's trying to beat our defensive pressure with everything on the catch, going quickly. With Cat, I think he's just got to calm down. I think he coming out of the gate pressing a little bit, maybe getting off on the wrong foot, and then chasing the game. So he got some good looks. That didn't go down. I thought there was a stretch when they came back into the game, we had a lot of really good looks that didn't go down, whether they're even at the rim or some open threes. So.
Coach, Mike was a lot more assertive tonight, looking for his shot out of the pick and roll, got to his floater a bunch. How do you assess his game and the value of that going forward in the series?
Yeah, I thought Mike played great. Really did. I thought he made a lot of really good plays. We need him to be aggressive. Especially when our other scorers are struggling a little bit.
Gafford and Lively are combined, I think, 14 for 16.
Yeah.
Almost all of them, obviously Luka lobs or something
Yeah.
akin to that off those sets. What's the counter for that, or what is the way to present that from being less efficient?
Yeah, I think, again, it starts with keeping the ball out of the paint a little bit better. Rudy's got to be a little more decisive on what he's trying to do down there.
Chào mừng đến với Bình Nguyên Vô Tận. Cả đội xông lên.
Everyone has a weakness. First blood! This is for crossing the resistance.
Your team has destroyed a tower.
We will create a new world with our own hands. Yield!
Split! You have defeated an enemy.
Trust is a luxury we can't afford.
Been defeated. An ally has been defeated. Aced.
Minaho nathaparan ivaubanan. Everyone has a weakness.
You have been defeated. Enemy double kill.
Chào mừng đến với Bình Nguyên Vô Tận. Cả đội xông lên.
Cẩn thận, đừng dẫm lên cỏ và hoa nhé. Mình nhé, đây là cách chết của ta. Hãy chia tay chúng cho tốt.
You have been defeated.
Quay lại lần nữa nào.
Your tower has been destroyed.
Kẻ không trân trọng sự sống, không xứng đáng được sống. Đứng lại để giết tao. Mình muốn nắm tay bạn mãi mãi.